Just want to do a little bit of testing, guys. Hello. Not much. We just ran through a quick timeline on Twitch about today's events, and then we got a tip that this gun came in, so. Yeah, I just made this YouTube channel a few days ago. And then there's a limit to when you can actually get on and start streaming, so I had to wait a day or two. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. I'm not sure how to use YouTube very well. Like, I'd like to be able to play like some intro music, but YouTube has so many strict rules about music and all those things. Like, I have the paid for totally copyright okay Discord, and it's still tagging me as copywriting things, and I don't want to get any strikes, and I don't have any, so bear with the silence for the next 5 or 6 minutes, but I'm here, and we'll walk through today's events, and we'll take any calls on anything you guys have in the timeline. We've also been working up quite a bit that Chloe from Western Australia, so hopefully that little girl gets found safe and sound. Hi Jenna, how are you? I'll be right back, okay guys? You can see the video, everything is clear, you can hear me. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll post the StreamYard so you guys can get all your cameras up and ready to roll. And be patient. I might not be able to squeeze everyone in. Hopefully we get a decent crowd tonight. Hopefully some people that aren't from my group already that that don't have any questions. Hopefully we get a few people that can't sleep at night and they're... Yeah, I've been hearing the dentist in the family, but I haven't confirmed that yet, so... Hi Gavis, thanks for all your amazing work. Hi Natalie. They caught a fisherman was fishing off of Fort de Soto, and he thought he landed a big one, but he pulled it in. He ended up pulling in a little tiny gun, about the same size as the one that you see Gabby with in one of the photos, wrapped in a Publix garbage bag and red and white twine tied to a brick. So obviously it's a little bit early to connect that to Mr. Brian, but yeah, a lot of different things happened today with those protesters, or the people that were, fighting for Gabby's justice on the laundry's front lawn. They went in bright and early this morning. They were the first ones in there to the reserve where Brian's body was found, and they hunted around, and the one thing that they did find was that water bottle, and it's an exact match to the one sitting in the back of the van that you can see from their Instagram. So that I can say with a lot of certainty, let's say 99% certainty, that was their water bottle and not somebody running in there and trying to plant it or anything like that. So we got lots of questions for the police department, let me tell you. We looked at the water levels in there on the 13th and the 14th, when we suspect that Brian drove the car down there, and then the Mustang returned on the 15th. So yeah, you can't make this stuff up. There's been so many twists and turns. I'm actually just gonna go for a quick smoke so that I can make it through the next couple hours here without using my dip or whatever else I want to try. But yeah, go ahead and you guys can, if you want, jump in StreamYard if you've got some good questions. The tougher the better. I don't like all the easy ones. I heard the lawyer could be Brian's bio dad. Yeah, Jenna, there's some incredible theories out there, but I'm pretty sure you can file that one away. Yeah, no, there's someone's got some explaining to do because on the 13th and the 14th, or whenever they started their search in there, the water levels weren't as high as they got to, so they should have been able to find him. Just kind of silly. I'll be right back. Oh, it's getting chilly here, guys. No one's called in yet? Come on, guys, don't be chicken. So, a couple little things I got today. I got these little treats for my bunny. Oh, it's awesome. See, once I get my green screen, you can see what I have in the background. That's too funny. Anyway, these are blueberry and strawberry flavored treats. And then I got some premium good rabbit pellets for little baby Boots. I got her a terrarium too. It's really big and I don't want to lift it over here, but then I got this soft little thing where she can just maybe sit close to me and be my co-host. Where would I put her? Anyway, I don't get her till the 29th, but like everything I do, guys, I follow through with what I do. Still no callers. I think a deal was struck. FBI, laundries, attorney, quid pro quo, help save face for law enforcement. Yeah, no doubt, right? Do I have to hit... I might have to hit this button here, guys. Yeah, let's go live. 7:07. Alright, we're in broadcast mode, boys and girls. What are thoughts on the FBI possibly trying to trap the dirty laundries by lying about finding remains? I'd say that's about as close to zero as you can get, my friend. Just too many things fit. I mean, they found the dry bag, they found the backpack, they found bones. Today they found a water bottle that I'm very confident it belonged to Brian or Gabby. There was some bones out there. A lot of that, if you go back to my Twitch, you'll be able to see we walked through all that. We looked at deer bones, we looked at boar, sheep, and we have somebody on our team that's actually an anthropologist, and they're looking into the bones for us, and we'll get that answer tomorrow, but we're not prepared to make any type of claim that those are human remains at all. I'd assume that they would have picked up all the bones that they could find when they were doing their investigation in there. Hi, Fox. Fox, we got to get you playing some more League of Legends. Get you up to rank whatever, level 60. Hey, Carson, how are you, bud? Can anyone call in, or did it change, or are you guys all just afraid? I'm in a good mood tonight. Don't be afraid. Not gonna happen. Sleuths United. I like that name. Good stuff. So I'll just give you a little background. I'm probably not gonna do super stickers and the promotion crap over here. I'm doing this because this is where I can kind of connect with you guys. And one way that you can support me, and it's free, is if you basically go over to Twitch and you link your Twitch account to your Amazon account, you basically get a free $10. And if you tip me that, you can tip somebody else, but that's a free way to give me $10. And it helps go a long way in what we're doing. We're trying to do other things too. We're looking at that, domestic violence, getaway for people, that kind of stuff. So, I mean, if we got 55,000 people over here to go over to Twitch and do that, I mean, that would give us 550 grand to really go a long way for a lot of people. There is a PayPal. We have a Discord. We had Aaron come over today into our Discord. I guess he's been in there before, but he's blowing up right now on YouTube. And yeah, we just want to create a good environment with good, positive people that are thinking the same way and just diving into just about everything we can get our hands on. So right now we're looking into the Chloe Smith case in Western Australia. We're looking into the Sydney West case. It's a little bit cold. It's over a year old, but that's the case that Dog and Lisa are working on currently. And yeah, so still not determined for Call of Duty. All right. Come on, someone's got to have some courage. And I'm wearing this big jacket because I hate being cold. And it's quite comfy. I've worked it in quite well. How about Gavlock True Crimes? Well, that would be kind of stealing from Gisela K, so let's not do that. And I admire her a lot. I think she's done a fantastic job. So if I can be anywhere close to what she does, that would be wonderful. And don't forget, this isn't just me. This is the whole team in here, like Flying Fox, Titten, Allie, everyone you see right now in chat typing. They're all part of this team. So, oh, we're looking at another lost woman in Edmonton, Alberta, and we've got a couple of plans to go look at that. Check out some of the homeless shelters potentially here in Calgary. She was last seen in Edmonton and Manville and a few other places, but I'm not sure if she wants to actually be found or not. But her family is looking for her. Oh, Lori, I hope your mic's working.
Hi.
Are you there?
No.
Uh-oh.
No.
Is your mic on or is my mic not on? Give me one sec.
My mic's on now, I think.
Oh, dear. Technical issues.
Sorry. Can you hear me?
Well, that's embarrassing. What the heck happened there? Hello, 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 hello.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, my mic is working. I don't know why yours isn't, Lori. Oh well. Oh, you could hear Lori? Shoot. Well, I couldn't. That's a problem. My goodness. I had it working last night. What the heck did I do? Shoot. Oh. Yes. Good call. I tried it a different way today. So instead of pasting that stream key, yeah, Lori, call in again. Sorry about that. I really need to quit smoking, right? You've been here for 15 minutes. You've provided nothing. What's your point, Chief? Oh, I'm waiting. I just forgot to turn my earphones back on. I'm waiting for a caller. What do you want to know, Carnes? Go ahead. Type something. I haven't tried Patagonia outerwear. I thought it was way overpriced, to be honest. Yeah. I don't say anything is 100% anymore, but I'd be 99%. Yeah, I mean, if you go over to Discord, you can see the gun. I'm just a rookie at this right now, guys. Oh, there we go. We got a caller. Yay. Eka.
Oh crap.
What? You're not going to the washroom, so it's all good. What were you thinking? You're live. Go ahead.
Hey, sorry.
Don't worry about it.
I don't have like makeup on or anything. I was like, oh, I didn't know it's gonna be on here like immediately. So what do you want to talk about, guys?
Whatever you want to talk about.
Well, I can't hear you in my headphones. Sorry.
No.
Can I hear you now? Okay,
I
now
was.
I can. Yeah, now I can.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so I was really interested in the Steve Bertolino interview on MSNBC with him saying that on the 14th that he had come out live and said that he was saying that stupid. Sorry, I gotta turn my TV off. I thought I paused it. Okay, that's better. That he said that they were already 2 lives had been lost already, and 2 families were grieving. So, what is your opinion on that, or how do you feel about that?
Well, the one that he did with Ashley Banfield, I think, was a lot more concise and a lot clearer. So he said that the last time that he had talked to Brian was the 13th.
Right.
So, yeah, he gave up a lot more information than I think he wanted to in that interview. And I think that we know the Mustang wasn't in the driveway on the 13th, the 14th. It came back on the 15th, the night, as per Brian Enton.
Correct.
So I think the lawyer did a good job. I mean, he tried to, he tried to give out as much as he could, but he was very careful in anything previous to the 11th. And he just kept his mouth shut on all of that. So he's doing that for a reason. He was getting calls from the FBI. And I think that that's the reason, is there's something else cropping up, and he's got to be very, very careful in how he chooses his words. Yeah. Especially with anything before the 11th.
Yeah. And his anger. I mean, I know he's angry.
I know everyone said that it was anger towards women and stuff like that.
Oh, no. I don't think I think he's just angry in general.
Well, he has to be really careful, and Ashley's smart enough that she could have tripped him up. Brian asked nice, easy questions, and he was okay with that, and you saw his demeanor change very quickly, but Ashley was wording questions where you could come away with 2 different answers and say, oh, you just said this, and she did a great job. Love her. She did so good. And that's what you need.
She's Canadian, doesn't it?
Oh, was she? I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, y'all's accents are easy to pick out.
True enough. Well, Lori was on here, and I accidentally didn't have my headset on, so I think she might have a burning question. But
good.
Thanks for getting in here.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Go Stars. We're two out of 3 so far. So that's all right. All right. Thanks so much, Gab.
No problem. Hi, Lori. Sorry about that little mix-up there earlier.
No problem, Gavis. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to get my bunny.
Your bunny? Like a real bunny?
Well, it's like a little bunny. It's like a little Netherland dwarf. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's in honor of Kylan.
Neat. A flop ear or straight up?
It's just a little tiny miniature dwarf that'll fit in like one hand.
What are you going to name it?
Boots.
What is it? Boots?
It's going to be Boots, for boots on the ground. Boots. And if I ever get her a boyfriend, his name is going to be Puss. Puss and Boots.
All right. Good deal. I have a speculation on Brian Laundrie's death, and it's been just running through my head. I think he's too much of a coward to blow to commit suicide with a gun.
Well, we don't have a toxicology report yet, and you had some weird things you were saying in Discord today, and I'm sorry I gave you a hard time, but
That's okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We try to back up and support anything if we have a theory or anything like that. So I know I was a little bit short with you, and some of your stuff was just unclear, and I wasn't following it, and yeah.
Well, I just wonder if we could get a botanist's opinion. I just wonder what kind of plants are in the reserve there, and if any of them are poisonous. I don't think his parents would have let him leave the house with a gun if they would had knowledge he had a gun. I don't think he's a coward. He wouldn't have the guts to shoot himself, and maybe the skull would have shown that.
So, Lori, it's important to keep the entire timeline together. So, today, I don't know if you're aware of this, but just about a half an hour ago, a fisherman caught he thought he caught a fish, but he actually caught a gun tied to a bunch of twine and a brick.
Oh,
And it looks very similar to the gun that we see Gabby posing with.
right.
So, and it was wrapped in a Publix garbage bag. So that ties back to Brian with having worked there before. So we don't know enough about that yet, but speculating that Brian shot himself at the reserve could be premature. We don't know. We don't have a toxicology report yet. And I
Uh-huh.
suspect that, he did some fairly hard drugs, acid and things like that, just from some of the things we see in his Instagram and Pinterest. So I do think you're right. I think he is a coward. I don't think he could blow his own head off, but I do think that he could take some drug that would put him out.
Yeah. Do you think his bones would show that? You think they could pick
Yes.
that up off his bones? Could they?
Yes. Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we'll leave it to the gun then. I didn't realize they found a gun, so I am sorry about that.
No worries. No worries. It's
That's
just an,
great.
but that gun would have been dropped probably on the 6th, 7th, or 8th when they stayed at Fort DeSoto, because that's where the gun was recovered.
Oh, it was recovered at Fort DeSoto.
Yeah.
Wow, the plot thickens. Okay, well, I'm sorry for my misinformation.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
It's hard to keep, and I appreciate questions like yours, because those kind
Mm-hmm.
of not being able to tie that together will just make you go nuts.
It,
So
it has. It has. Okay, well, thank you for your time, Gavis.
yeah, no problem. Thanks for the call, Larry. What are your guys' thoughts right now? Do you think that he had the ability to put a bullet in his head, or what are you guys thinking? And also, go ahead and call in. What if the police and the FBI were tired and they offered no charges and immunity for the parents to help find Brian? Well, somebody was talking about when they walked in there. Like, I watched Doug live literally walk from the entrance all the way to where the body was, and it was fairly easy. And it seemed like there was picnic tables, there was, definite sites that you would go to, right? I know it was underwater for a while a few weeks back, but there's definitely high spots out there, right? Tyler K, are you ready, buddy? There he is. You're quick on the draw there.
Hey, man, I get straight to the point. How are you, man?
I'm good.
Hey, so I am actually running a collective with a few sleuths that are really digging into things.
Okay.
We've looked into the Emily case in Vermont, as well as the Elijah unfortunate case. But we've been drawn to this whole Brian Laundrie case for more than a few unknowns. And the reason that I kind of got pointed towards your feed, and I'm sorry for pronouncing your name, Gavin.
No, it's just Gavis or Gav. Doesn't matter.
Well, good to meet you.
Good to meet you too, man.
But the whole reason I was pointing to your feed was the whole finding of the gun today, and I was just wanting to know if you could, comment any more about that.
Well, we're digging into it right now. We've got people going to Home Depot, Amazon, looking up for that red and white twine, trying to figure out if we can go, and they're going through the Instagrams to see if there's any spot that we can pick out that rope. So that's kind of how we do things. We very thorough when we go through. So there's probably 4 people right now in Discord going through everything.
Yeah, I've got about 2 or 3 people that I'm trusting, because you know how with all the Twitter stuff, I mean, people get sent down these rabbit holes.
And the fake news stuff is the stuff that really gets my blood boiling, but that's fine.
That's why we have a very tight-lipped, collective of people that are really dedicated to not only this case, but the higher, making a difference. But as far, besides the gun, did you have any comments on the Nalgene bottle or the relation?
Yeah, so basically pegging that bottle as being absolutely true. Almost, so I use 99. I don't ever say 100 anymore. It just fits too perfectly with the Instagram photo of the bottle in the back of the van.
No, definitely.
The other things we're having trouble with are the bones. So we've got an anthropologist that is a friend of the group that's going to be looking at it tonight and getting back to us tomorrow morning. And I don't want to say in any way, shape, or form. We did some analysis and we think it could just be a deer or something. So that's premature to say that that's human at this point. The other things, the human scat that was found, whatever. We're not going to dig around and poop. What else there was there? There was something else that was found. But yeah, we're just making sure that we cover off what's factual and what isn't.
No, absolutely. And that's exactly what the group that I'm heading is for. So if you could actually send me a message, I'd like to connect with you and kind of connect with your group as well.
One of my mods will probably just link Discord. Just jump in there. I start about 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm Mountain Time. I don't know. I just don't function on sleep for some reason. And the Discord.
I think that's all of us right now.
The Discord's running almost 24 hours a day. So jump in there. We've got all of our cases uploaded. You can go into different tabs and talk and drop media, do whatever you want. Shoot the whatever with people and try to get a solution and some closure for some of these families. It's just devastating. It's
definitely that's really why we got brought into this is we want to make a difference, and besides all the social media circus, we want to give some closure and help people close the book, especially the family that are affected. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, good luck with your other cases, and maybe we should have a look at those. Hopefully this Cleo Smith will get solved here pretty soon. We've got a really strong eyeball on the mother right now. And the other one, Sydney West out, the one that Dog and Lisa are working right now.
Exactly.
It's a bit old. It's a bit old, and I haven't had the time to invest in it just yet. And I'm chasing down. There was a woman in Edmonton here in Alberta, and her family is desperately trying to find her. So I might actually go do some boots on the ground myself tomorrow and go check out 3 or 4 homeless shelters here.
Definitely. Well, hey, man, I appreciate the time, and I think any and all resources towards the greater good are definitely beneficial. So talking to you.
Cool. Thanks. We'll connect for sure. Good stuff. I didn't mean to cut him off there. That was purely by accident. And here comes Allie. Here comes trouble. Allie, you're muted.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I just got off the phone. I spoke to Galen St. Pierre's sister for about an hour.
Oh, good.
I have a stack of notes that go over her entire timeline of her disappearance.
Okay.
Her sister Savannah was the maternal person in their family. They had a rough childhood, and Savannah was the one that took care of her younger siblings. I don't want to blast people's dirty laundry.
No.
So I'm gonna, I have it in the notes, but I don't want to spread bad light. So, Galen is a 27-year-old woman who is about 5'4", brown hair and brown eyes. She has been missing since July 31st.
Allie, we can work that out in Discord. We don't.
Do you want me to do the?
No, we don't need to do a full timeline on her.
Okay.
We just need to go locate her now.
She is believed to have been last seen in Edmonton. That is the gist of that.
Right, but wasn't there also a sighting at Red Deer at a hospital?
She broke her toe in June. That is the last time her medical card was ever used at any hospital.
Yeah.
So
she's moving around. She's moving around a bit, right? So she was at Manville.
She lived in Manville, which was too small of an area for her to get a job that was profitable, and that's why they moved to Red Deer.
Right.
she had a conflict with her roommate in Red Deer, and that is how she ended up in Edmonton.
Okay. Okay. Well, we have some work to do there for sure. We'll get it.
But that's the compressed story, is she is missing in Edmonton.
Okay.
I did have thoughts about Gabby.
Okay.
So last night I watched the Ashley with News Nation interview. I didn't watch it yesterday, which is why I didn't have thoughts on it last night.
Mm-hmm.
So she calls him out at the end of the interview,
Mm-hmm.
as far as client privilege, but he admitted that he had conference calls with them, and then he admits to speaking to Brian a day after he supposedly disappeared in that interview, which...
Well, he chose his words very carefully. He said the last time that he spoke to Brian was on the 13th.
Oh, then I did get it wrong. Okay. I thought that might have been a
It's okay.
misspeaking to him. Not that he hasn't done that enough on his own.
Yeah, no, there was a little bit of confusion there, but they had to back that up so that they could prove that when the Mustang was gone, he had still talked to him probably the morning of the 13th, and then the Mustang goes missing. So
gotcha.
That's how you gotta think about that one.
Gotcha.
No, my eyes are blue, Alyssa.
Oh, is she on? She said she was going to sleep. She told me to tell you she missed you before she went to bed.
She was going for an x-ray. She was drinking too much wine last night and fell down.
All right, well, I'll let you go in case there's anybody else out there, and we'll sort this out in private before we...
Okay, keep up the good work on that, girl, because that's important. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
How are you, man? Why are you all pink?
Why am I all pink? How you going? G'day. Hello, everybody.
Oh, he's from Australia. Good.
Yeah, no, I'm pink. I've got red lights. It's a little bit better. At least you can see me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, red lights. So.
Oh, okay. I think I know who you are. I know who you are now. All right. So, do you think we're going to find Cleo?
Sorry, I got about like a 2-minute lag of when you talk and I talk. So, sorry.
No, that's all right.
Or I'm hearing myself twice.
Do you have it audio on somewhere on another source?
I just had a look at that, and I'm kind of not quite sure what's happening with her.
Do you live in that part of the... Are you in Western Australia?
No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my earplugs off and just get rid of video and see if that works.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Negative. I'm from that part.
Oh, we do have a massive delay. I think MCON, we're going to have to let you go and try to sort out your technical issues there. Yeah. All right. Who's brave enough to step up to the plate? Let's go. I think I've just helped all the people that come and watch me. They're all up to speed right now. How do I get on Gavis's Discord? Give me a second. I'll grab the link for that. Here you go. That's our Discord link. Be nice to the mods. They have full reign to kick anybody being a donkey. So there you go. How's that?
I don't know. Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, hear you perfectly now.
Oh, that's better. Probably better that way. You don't have to look at me then. As to Chloe, I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but yes, I am from that part of the country, and I'm kind of surprised you'd take a 4-year-old camping out there. But I'm guessing if you felt that you had her fairly secured inside a tent, then uh, you know,
Well, isn't there some pretty neat, interesting things out there? Isn't there like an aquarium and the blowholes? Like, isn't it? It's not a totally crazy idea to go out there, is it?
No, it's not a crazy idea. I kind of think it's a bit weird that you would live in Carnarvon and then go camping in Carnarvon. I'd want to be getting a little bit further away from a place that I kind of live in. But then again, I don't know how far away it is from the home to
It's
the actual place.
it's not
Whether
that far.
Yeah, that's what bugs me a little bit. But then again, I suppose some people just like camping around in their own backyard. But um, that place is notorious. Whether it's Carnarvon or Sharks Bay or whatever, you got a lot of sharks out there. Uh,
Well,
I got chased by sea snakes in the place. It's
isn't there also some really big saltwater crocs out there?
not there. I wouldn't
No.
imagine there would be any that far down. Go a little bit further north, you might find some. I don't think Carnarvon's high up enough to be kind of entering that area, but I certainly would be worried about sharks. That's not. I'd be worried about the fact that she was. Well, I mean, I don't know how far specifically they were from the actual beach itself.
Well, the story goes is that she went to get up at 1:30 in the morning, and somebody reached into the tent and pulled her out of her tent in a sleeping bag.
Yeah, well, that's a bit weird. I took the sleeping bag too, from my understanding, which is,
Yeah.
I mean, look, she's a 4-year-old. She'll drag a sleeping bag around, but it's not a blankie. It's not.
Yeah, that tent was actually too tall for her to actually get the zippers, so that's why
I
we're.
don't. I think whoever went, I don't know if someone took her or otherwise, but what I will say is that whoever did it is fairly. If somebody took her, they've got a set on them.
Yeah.
They've got a gall and an audacity that sort of transcends just about anything. Because I mean, you certainly wouldn't want to try doing that. Try stealing my child out of the rack next to me. That won't go well for you. And that's despite the fact that we live in a disarmed populace. We're in a victim disarmament zone here. More so today than ever. But regardless, I'm not quite sure. I think that all of a sudden there's a vehicle that was heard, and it's been 9 days, and we're only just hearing about it. Is kind of a bit ordinary. Like all of a sudden everybody remembers, oh yeah, the screeching of wheels at like 3:30 in the morning. I'm like, okay, well, if that happened at 3:30 in the morning, why didn't we hear about it back then? But weirder things have happened too. I'm not sure. It's a really weird one. I wish the little baby was back at home.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you can do really, other than do what they are doing. I'm not going to speak to anyone's body language under that situation. If you put me on Channel 9 or 7 after my baby just went missing, I would have taken about 8 Valium before I got on stage. You would have got more than a blibber out of me. So I can't say that their body language means A or B or C. But I did notice that both of them had their arms crossed, which sort of is a defensive thing. But look, I'm not an expert, and I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist or anything that's relevant. But Yeah, I can't speak to it. I can only say what I.
Yeah. No,
what I
hopefully in the next few days we'll learn more. And I think Tyler's got a question for me here, so I'll let you go. And if you've got something else, call me back.
No problemo. You get going and say hello, Tyler.
Okay. What's up?
Hey, Gabs, one more question. So it was brought to my attention by my team that the whole meaning behind this was it was centered around the gun that was found, and that was going to be the basis of tonight. And I was kind of questioning that, as well as the fishing twine that you and I just briefly talked about, since that's picked up at Home Depot, as you had mentioned.
Well, we
So
don't know. We just had people looking into where we could see the red and white twine, if it was showing up anywhere in the Instagram, if we could see it in the van in any way, shape, or form, just to try to link it back to Brian. So at this point, all we have is the public's bag, right? And a
Okay,
gun that looks like
so
we might have seen. So
I mean that's commonly purchased at Home Depot just about every day. But I was just concerned since a few members of my team had mentioned you were starting this broadcast regarding information on the pistol the fisherman found, or I'm sorry, the firearm that the
no, I
fisherman
was
found.
just this is just like a regular talk show. I don't know if you've ever seen what I did with Tyler before or whatever. Yeah, just people need to talk, and this is just a safe place to kind of get their stuff out. The title was just kind of what I'd already done over on Twitch, so there's no real big game breaker things here. This is just what we learned today. We saw those
Gotcha.
people. It's not.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much working game breaking leads, and I've been sent by 3 or 4 people that your headline was information on the gun found. So I was just trying to clarify that. But
Yeah,
I
no, I was
appreciate
just
what you're
trying
doing.
to. Oh, I was just trying to explain to people like that we just saw this thing happen, and we're just going to talk about it and tell people, what we're trying to do to try to link it back directly to Brian. And if it doesn't match up, then it doesn't match up. No big deal.
All righty, yeah. Hey, man, I appreciate what you're doing. I just wanted to clarify. Thanks for taking the time again.
Yeah, no worries, man. All right, Alyssa, are you brave enough to call in now? Huh? Come on. Police are saying it was a calculated, planned, methodical abduction. Australia case, Ellie Smith. Yeah, that's what they're saying. But we're looking at a few other things that we're digging into behind the scenes that are pretty suspect. So the mother has a nephew, I believe it was a nephew, that had some horrible childbirth disease, and he died pretty young. So we're looking into the case where some mothers get all the attention and when their child dies and stuff like that, and some, I don't know what it's called, victim something, but we're just looking into that. Oh, did I just paste Discord? Sorry. You'll call in tomorrow. Aw. Who has the gun now, or did law enforcement tell them to trash it like the plastic bottle at the reserve? Good comment. I'm pretty sure law enforcement will hold on to this one. So yeah, if you weren't aware, earlier today, the protesters on the laundry's front lawn got out to the reserve quite early, and they were the ones that found that water bottle weeks after law enforcement has been in there. And they tried to turn it into the police, and the police said, no, just throw it away. Well, at 2:11, they got called back and said, no, we'll take that. Sorry. So they did actually finally end up turning it into them at probably like 2:30. So Anders wins the internet tonight. Yeah, how is so you got your x-ray, Alyssa? How can we connect bones at reserve and gun at Fort Soto? We can't. They're two different events, and they're spread apart by probably an hour and a half to 2 hour drive. I'll have to do a map time to confirm, but it's pretty far away. Probably an hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, so Savannah, there was a fisherman that was fishing off of Fort Soto. I don't know exactly which edge of Fort Soto that he was fishing from. I haven't heard that yet. But he thought he'd hooked a fish and dragged it in, and lo and behold, it was a gun wrapped in a Publix garbage bag with red and white twine with a brick attached to the other end of it. So we have no information if that's even involved in this case at this point, but we know that the last place that Brian worked at was Publix before they went on the trip. So could be a big stretch, but it's interesting. Nothing, can't confirm anything by that at all. Let's capture Christopher and tickle him until he says uncle. Guess that's one way. How about we just wait for the the journal to come out? Maybe that will give us some more answers. All right, K-Beth, I hope you're ready. Oh, you weren't. She got the stage fright. I've got to start doing a worse job because there's no questions. Oh, she might be back. Oh, she's teasing me. K-Beth, are you ready?
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm sorry. I'm having issues over here.
I saw that. I thought you were just flirting. You excited for a second and then, oh, she's gone. Oh.
I missed you. All of a sudden you disappeared. I'm glad I found you.
Yeah, I wasn't interested in getting railroaded into running timelines that I don't believe in. So
Yeah, no, you got to do your own thing.
I'll just stay in my own lane for now.
Yeah, I hear you. But I wanted to get your opinion on, since I haven't seen you, on the timing of Brian's parents showing up there and finding everything.
Yeah, well, I talked about it on Twitch a little bit, and I watched Doug, Doug live. He walked
I
in
watch
there.
him.
He went in there tonight because he heard of all the, finding the bones in the bottle. And yeah, he just walks straight in there. And as he was walking through, I could see picnic tables that are on higher ground. So I don't think it's less unlikely to me now, knowing that there's certain spots that you're going to go to. Like the rest of that reserve is very, very dense. So where you have your little open areas, I can see why Christopher Laundrie made that little walk that he did, because where he walked in off that road, that led to another little opening. And I'm sure at some point in time, just like people when they go to their favorite spot in a fishing hole, that would have been something that he knew Brian would have liked over there. There's bigger trees, there's, branches that you could sit on, that kind of thing. So it's become more plausible to me rather than, Christopher Laundrie just being really lucky. It's just that it got missed, and that's one of the places that he had to go check.
Right. And what about the water bottle? That they wouldn't take it until they actually seen the pictures that were exact.
Yeah, I think they just made a horrible mistake that they wish they could take back now. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it just kills me that, her family will never get the answers,
Well, hopefully there's a big long confession in that notebook of Brian's. I don't understand why he would take a notebook all the way out there with him if, he didn't intend on writing some sort of a confession. And we've also had one of the protesters out front. She has, I think she was texted or sent a picture of a potential Brian Laundrie note, and I'll probably go over that note tomorrow in my Twitch, just because I don't have it
Yeah.
all open right now and handy. So tomorrow morning when I do my workbench, I'll probably start at probably 8 or 9 Mountain Time. So whenever you guys want to figure that out, I usually start a little bit earlier, but I'll run through that. I'll go live on Twitch, and then I can bring up all my tabs and all my razzle dazzle and Discord and all that stuff. So
Yeah, I
this,
gotta download Twitch still.
yeah, no, it's really easy, and it's a free way to, tip me $10 or tip me nothing. I don't care, but I don't think I'm ever going to run super stickers and stuff like that on here. I know that that's what most people do, but I just think I want to be a little different. I don't want to do that.
No, that's cool. I mean, it's still your time, so if people would like to do it, it'd be a great option.
Yeah, but they can come over to Twitch and not spend a dime and tip me Twitch Prime, so it's easy.
Oh, that's true. But as always, I want to thank you for everything, and I'm so glad I found you. I did share your page on Twitter.
Oh, thank
This
you.
way I can get you out there, because everybody asks where I got the information, and I always say Gavis. So now I can show them who you are.
Thank you so much, Beth. I appreciate that.
No problem. Thank you so much, and you have a great night.
I will. Thanks. All right. I need to put some of you, my mods, I need to give you privileges in here to do stuff, post things. You could post the Discord and all that kind of stuff. I'm not used to YouTube, but it's such a popular and such an easy platform to use. Most people love it. I can see why you love it, but my husky is a drama king. He thinks he's going to the vet if I put him in the car. Right? If you go to a place twice, it is now your favorite spot, or is it 10 times or 20 or 100? But from Long Island, how many years did you spend to get those hours up? Have you seen the Allie and Dean footage? They visit Moab campsite for Kylan? Yes, I've seen that. And we actually reached out to them, good Lord, almost a week ago now. And we asked them to try to go back to Gabby's body and then make the hike towards Coulter Bay, looking for that tent. Because if you look at the site where Gabby's body was found, and Jim even said, he said there was a perfect place to put your tent. And when he showed up to Coulter Bay and Miranda Baker gave him a ride back to the Spread Creek Dispersed Camping Ground, she said all he had was a tarp. So I think that somewhere in that trek back to Coulter Bay, there's a tent in there somewhere, and it's probably about to start snowing if it isn't already. And that tent could potentially be very valuable evidence in the case. I bet Brian hid underwear from the police search and killed himself when they were getting close because he was getting at the nerve. Yeah, there was. So if you recall back to the 13th, they started removing all of the electronic devices from the house. So Brian didn't have much of anything at that point. And I'm pretty sure that every time that the police were knocking on the door, he was filling his shorts, figuring that, oh, they've got me now. So I think the 14th was his escape, and that was his way of getting out of there. Gavis, will the police release the info in the notebook, or will it be property of the parents since no charge was given? Whew, tough one. I think what's going to happen is the police will probably take Monday or Tuesday, and they will inform the parents of what's in the notebook. And then from there, I don't know if they're going to release it to the public maybe Wednesday. That's just my hunch, but I could be completely out to lunch on that. So the caliber of the gun, I don't know. I don't have any knowledge of guns really. there's pictures of it in our Discord if you want to have a look at it. But or will the parents wait until they can do an interview? I think the parents are in the same boat we are, guys. I think the parents just really want answers, and those answers only come when the FBI allows them to come out, right? So, but fortunately for them, they're definitely going to be notified before we do, and they'll have time to digest and absorb, and it won't be a shock to their system when they hear. Brian's actions were a series of confessions leading up to the ultimate confession. Do you still believe he was involved in the girl's murder? Sorry if I miss you discussing this. No, I absolutely believe that Brian was involved in the two girls in Moab. I've just done too much work into it. I've investigated every criminal in the area. I've investigated all the camping sites. There's just too many things that literally scream Brian to me, and I can't put anybody else there. I can't put anyone from the wedding party there. I can't put any creepy dude from a previous campsite there. I just don't know. I just don't know what's wrong with people. I mean, we had this one pretty well wrapped up. My God, like 3 weeks ago. Like this was a long time ago. It might even been a month ago. So I don't know. I'm not, until we get more information, if there is ever going to be any more information, which I don't think there will be. I mean, this was a brief, fleeting moment. I don't think there's going to be any more information. And if you guys recall that site on the 13th and 14th, and then they recovered on the 18th, that site had been rained on, and there's no tracks, there's no nothing. Like it's just literally a dead end. So unless you go back and you put in all the work that we have, I don't think you're ever going to get to a conclusion for anybody else, in my opinion. But I bet Brian killed those two women. Gabby found out and knew he killed Gabby. God only knows what he lied and told his parents. Well, that seems to be a pretty common thing with Brian, right? If he's ever involved in any trouble, he runs home to mommy, and mommy tries to fix it for him. So that would somewhat explain the flight back on the 17th and the 23rd, and then the quick drive back after Gabby's. Gaviscan, are you still waiting on their autopsy? Yes, I think we are all waiting on the autopsies. We're waiting on the autopsies. We're waiting on the notebook. We're waiting on the cause of death of Brian, toxicology, or was it a gunshot? So, yeah, we've got, there's still quite a bit of questions to be answered. That's interesting. There is a reason no caliber was released. I like it. I hope you're thinking along the same line I am, that caliber could have been connected back to the two girls. I hope that's what you're thinking. I keep thinking he just thought he was going to get away with it until the 11th. FBI won't release info until they solve all three of those cases. There we go. See, now everyone's starting to get on track. Like a week ago, everyone was said, "Oh, it's no way. They couldn't possibly be." And then they're trying to run it and say that it's potentially Mormons. They're trying to say all these other horrible donkey things, and I just won't be a part of that. Hope it is the gun found today. Wouldn't that be amazing, right? Could you imagine they could match the ballistics, and then Sean Paul would actually be able to sleep tonight? Oh, well, maybe not sleep, but he would at least have some critical answers. And number of shots across both girls, 6, only 6 in a revolver. Yeah, we don't know how many shots were fired, I don't think, Fox. Oh, that would be such a blessing if it actually was, right? And then to wrap it up in a Publix bag? Like, dear. So I've been telling you guys all along that I don't think Brian Laundrie is very smart. So that's about the dumbest thing you could do on the planet, right? other than carve your name in the side of it. I think that's about as close as you could get. No idea, Alyssa. I just Canada, we don't have guns. Well, I mean, we can get guns, but you have to go through quite a process to be licensed to carry one or licensed to own a rifle for hunting and stuff like that. Yeah, it sure would. Truck and Mustang driving environmentalists. Sort of, I guess. Gavis the goat. Thank you. Nobody wants to call in? Don't be afraid. Like, it's good for you to get some things off your chest. And then you can join our group and come lend a hand if you're bored for a day, or if you want to deep dive one case and then get out, that's fine too. There's all kinds of good stuff here. There's general chat. Oh my God, look at that. So I literally, I've just ignored Discord for like literally since we started this, and there was 243 messages. It's insane. It's insane. We've only got 100 watching. Aw, 102. Oh, bad winds. Can happen. One more question, Gav. Go ahead, Ty. What do you got? So you think Brian Laundrie threw the gun away at Soto? How did he die? We don't know how he died yet, but there's an interesting and maybe call it a slim chance that gun was one that Brian Laundrie had. You know what? I think there's just not enough information right now. So when there's more information and we get more stuff, and you guys, you just want to talk, just want to get things off your chest. Yeah, no, we definitely do have some smart people for sure. I know there's a few people that called in last night when we went live for the first time, and that was one of the things they raved about is just how well everybody gets along in our Discord, and most any little disagreements we sort them out pretty quickly. And intense, yeah, it can be intense, but there's nothing overly too powerful. But I'll tell you what, I think because we haven't had a caller in quite a while, and this is mostly supposed to be a call-in show. This is for people to vent, get all that frustration out, and I think most of the guys that have come from my team have basically already had all this answered, so I think they're all sleeping well at night. I'm just trying to find those other people. Gavis, my brother, nice to see you on here. Brian killed all 3 girls. None of the women had pants on. Well, I am on side with that analysis. I'm not sure that the pants matters at all, but interesting conclusion. What happened to my arm? It's a birthmark. Got bigger as I got bigger. I sat in the queue for a while. Okay. Well, Yeti, do you want to? Oh, there's Michelle. Yay, we got a caller. Michelle,
Hello.
you are live.
Hi, I was the one I was saying that I didn't realize how much I missed you till you were gone.
Oh, it's okay. Thank you for the compliment.
For what that's worth. So Well, it really is
Good.
because you've got me locked in now, and I keep missing your live streams. They pop in on Twitch, and I try and jump in when I can. But I just had a question for you, just about your interest in this. You say you're an engineer, and if I recall, this was your first you call it deep dive into true crime, right? A big time was with the Gabby and Brian case,
Yeah, I didn't even know this existed before
right? Oh
this
yeah, me
case. Like,
neither. Right, I know it totally took me over. Actually, there was a case. I'm from Minnesota, and there was a case when I was a kid, a Jacob Wetterling case that I followed for about 25 years, back before there was even DNA testing. But yeah, no. Here lately, this kind of was the first time I got into it. But I'm curious now. You're already pursuing other cases. Is that interest level for you? Is that carrying over? Do you feel like you'll easily be able to continue to be passionate about this?
yeah, yeah. No, I mean, we just took on like 4 cases in the last week. So yeah, no, I think that this is amazing. And if we can get the support that we had before, not long ago, there's incredible things that we can do. I like, it's so brilliant if you can have a big following on YouTube and then go over to Twitch and exercise that Twitch Prime. That's insane. That's free
Yeah.
money. Like, we could do so much with that. I mean, today I was thinking, well, what if we, instead of build something down in Costa Rica, what if we just get a catamaran and it gets booked like I don't know, like a timeshare or something, and you could sail it to around the world and people can get there, and that's their vacation wherever
Oh, cool.
that boat goes. That's what I was thinking, but who knows?
Well, I just want to tell you, I won't be long, but I just wanted to say what's neat about watching you is that you're not just reporting what everybody else is doing; you're actually reporting what you're doing.
If you know
Yeah.
anything about me,
Well, I do, because I saw you from the beginning on the other spot there. So
I don't only put faith in what I do. I don't copy off of anybody else. I don't try to. It's better to do the work yourself, and
right.
until you do the work yourself, you can't have that conviction in what you think. And if you try to fake your way through it, you just come off as fake. So
Isn't that true?
I just don't do that. That's just not my style. So
Yeah. Well, keep it up, because you fascinate me, and I love to listen. I'll be watching, and I'll be on Twitch. Also, I also like your idea that you don't kind of want to do and it's got to be, that's a hard decision to make, because YouTube seems to be where it's at. But yeah, I kind of feel what you're saying, how frustrating it would be, and kind of just not your style to be constantly mentioning the super stickers and all that type of deal.
no, and you know that I would never do that. So
Yeah. No,
I'm just gonna take it off the issue, and I'm just gonna say I'm not doing them. So,
yep.
but if you wanna support me, just come over to Twitch, drop in for a second, throw your 1,000 bits at me, and you can come back and watch these live streams or watch the content that I put up on Twitch. It's just easier for me to put it up on Twitch than it is on YouTube. YouTube has a lot of stuff that they filter out. Like, it's just it's onerous, and I don't like it. So
Yeah, they put a lot of restrictions on you. That's true.
yeah. So
Well, very good. You've got my attention. Keep up the great work.
yeah, and as Michelle, I'll try to put a schedule, like a strict schedule. I don't want to step on anyone's toes either.
Oh,
So I've been trying to get a feel. Like, I just
Right.
started into the YouTube thing, and like the only reason I started now is because football just ended. So I'm like, okay, well, this is a good time to start. It's not like I'm trying to target somebody, and I don't want to ever be accused of trying to take away viewers from somebody else. So yeah, just kind of rolling with it.
You do your own thing, and your personality's strong, and I warmed up to it, and now I just adore it. So keep up the good work. I'll be watching.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, yep.
Thank you.
Night.
Elf, you disconnected at the last second, or you were on. Yeah, I know it's the late game, so that's why we might be cutting this short. So get some good questions in here. We're gonna call it. We just happy and grateful. We generally do everything in Discord, and yeah. Hi, Boston. You're on.
Hi, Gabby. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
All right. I love the Montreal people up there. I have relatives that played for Montreal. I'll just leave it at that, from Boston. But anyway, I love what you do.
Good.
I just have to say, I'm really, really disappointed in Gabby being left out of so much lately. Honestly, I mean, not you. I'm just saying in general. People are forgetting
Gabby's
about
being
Gabby.
left out of what?
No, I'm just saying in conversations, it seems like Gabby is not being remembered. It's just me, in my opinion.
Yeah, well,
Not you. No.
no, it's fine. And I mean, the Petitos are still working out all the things that they want to do for the foundation, right? Like the volunteer search and rescue team up in Teton. Like they have a wish list of things that they need, and I think that the Petitos are going to donate to that. There's just a lot of things that they got to plan out right now.
No, I agree, and God bless them, and they are keeping a low profile. But what I'm just saying is, so many people out there are forgetting where this began. You know, do you know what I mean? I'm sorry, I'm just venting a little bit, and I just came here to say thank you. That's all. And people need to remember Gabby. And
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry.
for sure. No, don't be sorry at all. I mean, this is why we do these talk shows, is so that people can, get that passion and that anger off of their chest and off their shoulders, right? So no, it's
Right.
good.
I'm glad you're here on YouTube again. I appreciate it. Us old lady with no life.
Yeah, I keep looking for my Mantha. You guys gotta get my Mantha back here. I need to talk to that girl.
Yeah.
She even
Keep
actually got
going,
over on
doing
Twitch.
what you're doing.
Okay, thank you for the support.
I keep doing what you're doing. Thanks for having.
Thanks. Carson, are you ready, bud?
Hey, Gavis, can you hear me?
I can, man.
What's been on my mind, I just can't understand why, if Brian's going to off himself in the reserve, why would he put the notebook, why wouldn't he put it in the dry bag or the backpack? Because it was just sitting out there. Obviously, it's going to get wet. It probably has a confession. It probably has, a suicide note, and it's just left out. I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
I'm just playing around with my green screen, which is just a little bag of bunny food. You know what? There's a whole bunch of things. Like it could have been a note pinned to a tree. It could have been, just that was specific for his mom and dad only. Yeah, there's a million different things.
And the other thing was, I saw the other day was there was like a clothing tag on a tree and then some other post there kind of leading to his remains. So I don't know if that was supposed to be for his dad to kind of show him the way to the body or something.
I don't think so. I think, like I talked to you about that earlier, Carson, if you watch Doug live and his adventure into the site, you can see a couple picnic tables that are on higher ground. Like there's certain individual spots, right, which is terrible, that weren't searched in the beginning. Like if they were on the ball early on, we looked at the water levels, and right after the 13th, 14th, 15th, the water levels weren't that bad. It's about 4 or 5 days after that they start increasing quite a bit, and that's when you saw the water levels increase. And then now the water levels decreased again or receded, and that's why they were able to find that. So it's just crazy that they couldn't find them the first 4 or 5 days. That would have put a lot of people's minds at ease very quickly.
Yeah, that just shows how terrible they were at searching, I guess. That was on Doug's channel?
Yeah, Doug Live rushed out there today because he said somebody told him that they found remains and that they found all this stuff. So he's like, okay, I got to go out there right now. And he gave up his football and drove out there. So yeah, it was cute.
I'll have to check it out. Well, That's all I had. Thanks, Gavis.
Yeah, no worries, man. Thank you. All right, well, that was good. I don't think we're going to get too many more people calling in, but what I'll do is I'll start making a consistent stream, and this will be the time we go on. And yeah, if there's no new information, then probably not gonna stream. But if there is stuff, we'll be in there. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it a night and try to catch some football and try to have some semblance of a normal life and try to stay out of Discord for a little while. It's addictive in there. But thank you all for your support, and I'll be live tomorrow on Twitch on the other site. So if you want to come over there and visit, it's where we do a lot of the big work. This is the platform that I'll be doing more of the talk shows type stuff on, just because it's a lot easier for a lot of people to get on. All right, thanks guys.